Hi, Thomas. I'm your
Hello.
occupational therapist. I'm Anna. We met yesterday. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah, so yesterday we just reviewed your diagnosis, the aspiration pneumonia you're experiencing, difficulty with thin liquids and solid foods, freezing episodes, and difficulty with using standard utensils and cups. You remember that?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay, perfect. So today I want to work on a few techniques with you. The first being your feeding techniques. So, are there any foods that you like to eat, and do they hinder your ability to eat?
So I'm a vegetarian, so a lot of my food comprises of fruits and vegetables, but it's really those hard fruits like apples and carrots, which I love. It's hard to bite.
Yeah, so because they're such hard fruits, I would recommend changing the textures of your food. So there are solid whole foods, browned foods, pureed foods. So for you, when it comes to apples, I would recommend maybe pureed foods. So applesauce, or you can even have your wife cut up the apples for you, put them in a blender and puree them so they're a softer texture and they're easier to swallow. As for the carrots, I don't know if carrot pudding or sauce would taste very good.
Sound good.
So maybe just baking them for 30 minutes. That way they become soft.
Yeah,
and then you can use a fork to mush them up. And then when you eat them, they're easier to swallow. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but my only concern is I know you say like apple pudding.
Yeah.
Or applesauce.
Yeah.
But the concern is that like I usually spill a lot of it if I'm eating because of
the tremors.
Yeah, so I don't know how I would eat something and without making a mess.
So you're asking all the right questions. I came prepared. So I have this adapted utensil, and as you can see, it has a wider grip, so that allows for easier holding technique. You don't have to wrap around as much, and it's also weighted. So when you have the tremor, it distributes the weight more, so there's less spillage. And I brought applesauce today too, and this is something we can try to see if it works for you. Do you mind?
Oh yeah, no, I would love to try.
Okay, so here you go.
Oh, yeah, it's actually not too bad. Like if I was with my other hand, it would be like, yeah.
So this is something you can order online. I can let your wife know about it so that she has it ready at home for you when it's time.
Awesome.
You get discharged and it's time to go home. Also, we talked about thin liquids. So have you been drinking water?
I have, but honestly, if I'm being honest, it's very difficult. I feel like it's going down the wrong pipe. I just keep coughing it up and it's not happening.
Yeah, that's not good because you have difficulty with the thin liquids, but it's important to remain well hydrated. So what I can recommend for you, have you ever heard of Thicket?
I haven't. What is it?
So Thicket is, as the name suggests, a thickening powder, and you add it to any beverages, and that could be water or juices, apple juice, peach juice, anything, and it changes the consistency. So it goes from thin liquid to nectar thick, honey thick, and spoon thick. And for something like water, you might want to add 7 to 8 teaspoons to make it nectar thick.
Are you gonna write this down for me? Because
there's an outline on the box, but I'm gonna provide you with an outline, and I'm gonna provide one for your wife as well. Maybe you can keep it on the fridge, just so it's easy to follow. Okay. So, do you want to try this today? See what it tastes like?
Yeah.
It doesn't have any flavor, so it's not gonna change the taste of the beverage. So, as you can see, also I brought this adapted cup because you said you had issues using standard cups. So it has 2 handles, which allows for more stability because you have the tremor. If you use both hands, there's less of a tremor and you can reduce the spillage. So pour the water, and I said 7 to 8 teaspoons, and this is something you can purchase at CVS, and it comes with this measuring cup with a teaspoon and a tablespoon. So 7 to 8, you just add them in there.
It's like snowflakes in there.
Yeah, you're gonna have to mix this up before you drink it. So you just take a spoon, you mix it until it's even.
Oh, it changes the color.
Yeah, it does change the color a little bit, and if you can see, it has more of a nectar-like, like a peach juice.
Yeah, I see it, yeah.
So, let's try to see how this works for you as well as the cup.
Oh, it doesn't taste that different from water. I mean, I prefer water, but I think I could...
This is safer for you, right?
Yeah, because health comes first,
it's going to reduce your aspiration.
Right.
So, again, these cups, I don't know if you can buy this at CVS, like with the thicket, but I can let your wife know. I can look into it. They have them
let
on
her know.
Amazon.
Give her all that information.
She's in charge.
She does a lot of it.
Yeah.
She takes good care of me.
Okay, that's good. That's good that you have your wife. So how are you feeling? Are you tired?
No, I'm okay.
Okay, so how about going over one more technique with you?
Oh yeah, absolutely, anything.
Okay, so the freezing episodes, we experienced one last week when we were doing transfers to the toilet, and you had the freezing episode, and you couldn't remember the movements.
Oh yeah.
So there's one thing or two things I want to teach you. So one is a cognitive strategy, and to kind of backtrack a little, I forgot to say that these could be visual or auditory in nature.
Okay.
So the one I'm going to work with you now is auditory. So you just want to guide yourself through movements. You can think about them or you can talk yourself through them, and that's going to reduce your risk of having these freezing episodes. So this is something we can try with this cup, and I can talk you through it just so you get an idea of what it looks like. So this is something you would think in your head or talk through. So, reach over for the cup, bring your fingers around the cup, bend your elbows, bring the cup closer to your mouth, tilt your head back, and take a sip. When you're done taking the sip, extend your elbows, put the cup back on the table.
So you're basically walking me through every
every little step, just so it's a reminder to you.
Do I have to say it out loud?
You can say it out loud if it works for you, but you can also think about it. It's dependent on each person. Another technique is a marching technique. So when we had the freezing episode last time, what you could have utilized is think about marching and think about big movements. So remind yourself, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. And that will help initiate that movement for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I just mentioned the visual strategy. That's something more specific in your home. If there's a specific place where you tend to get freezing episodes more often, maybe it's at a corner. For you, it's by the toilet. You can put red tape, arrows, or footprints to remind you which way to walk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That could help.
So,
a lot of stuff you're going to give it to me.
Yeah, I'm going to write this down for you.
Okay, good.
I'm going to fill your wife on this as well, give her
you.
some education on this. And
Thank you.
anytime you have any questions, you can ask me, and I'm willing to go over this again. All right, how are you feeling?
Great.
Great?
Yeah.
Okay, so this thicket, while you're in the hospital, they're going to provide this for you, and then when you're home, you're going to have to do it on your own, but I'll let your wife know, too, so she could do it for you.
Thank you, Anna.
Perfect. I'll see you in a few days.
I'll see you. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.